Hi, today I wanted to do a lesson on invisible chess moves. I thought it was a pretty cool concept, and we will have some
Nice.
exercises with unique solutions today that hopefully we'll have fun solving and develop our creativity a bit.
That sounds great. So I might have heard the term invisible moves, but I actually have no idea what that means.
It's just moves that are hard to see and that you probably wouldn't get on the very first time looking at the board.
But
But once you look deeper into the position and you consider things that you normally wouldn't consider,
I
you might
immediately
be able
found
to
it.
find them.
I immediately found the move. It's fun. So
Yes.
I guess it's black to move, and it's a beautiful move. Now I have to calculate. Is it really working though? Because
And
yeah,
all
yeah, it is.
examples I took from a book that's called Invisible Chess Moves by Neyman and Afik. It's a fun concept for a book as well. So that's where all of these examples come from. And yeah, this first position, it's hopefully it's a good start that is not too difficult. And the question is Black's queen trapped?
And the answer to this is mm, kind of, but no, because we don't need that queen anymore. We just go to f3 with the queen.
Yeah, exactly.
It
And
will
your
lead
idea
to a
is to checkmate?
checkmate. Yes, that would be a great idea.
Exactly. Exactly. This is nice.
Beautiful.
There's also so in the actual game, white went castles, and that's basically the only thing that they can do
Yeah.
to protect that G2 pawn, and to protect against that checkmate. And in this case, it was just very simple. We just save the queen, we get the pawn in the process, and black is just better. So I don't know if anybody in the initial position thought about queen h3, which actually has a very similar idea,
Oh,
and it saves the queen still, but it's just a slightly worse version. Because, well, if they take, then it's the exact same checkmate pattern. But if they castle, then we can no longer take on e4, and it's the queen got saved though, so we would just have to not have the extra pawn anymore.
at least. Yeah, that's a very nice start. And so that was an invisible move. I like this immediately. Okay, looking
Yeah,
forward to the next one.
okay. This one, it has a lot less pieces, but it still has some nice concepts. So what would you play as white?
Alrighty. For you at home, of course, if you want to check the game, you know it is on the ChessBase news site, but feel free to think about it right now. And if you didn't get it before I got it or before Svitlana tells us what it is, just stop the video and think for yourself. And you little kitten lady, you have to be quiet. I have to concentrate. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Chess over cat.
um, yeah, that looks like it is. You mentioned it already. It's far less pieces, but it's screaming for 1,000 different tactical ideas. There's pins, there is checks, there's probably mate patterns as well. Even no, maybe it's not enough pieces, but at least it looks like we are about to win a piece. So I'm thinking about a very funky move, which would be bishop e4.
Yes, you got it. This
Oh,
is
nice.
a really good move. So it's tough to see because you're just putting the bishop in a square that's being attacked,
Hmm.
but you are right about the idea of attacking both pieces and it cannot be taken. But I don't know if you saw this initially, but now black also has another hard to see move that
Oh
actually
no.
saves the piece.
Oh no. What could it be? Uh,
Every normal move is not working.
wow.
For example, f6, I'll take the knight and then
Yeah,
take on c6.
yeah. I actually already was sure that was the solution. We can go to the next position, but how interesting it isn't. So what about?
And if black takes, then of course we'll take the knight and win
Yeah.
the piece.
So, oh, that doesn't work either. I would love to at least try to checkmate, but there is no options, just too slow because there's too many checks pouring in.
So what did you want?
Ah, no, that is not a word.
What did you want initially?
Rook to d8, but it's just not
Yeah.
working. But I
But if you
think
modify that rook d8 move,
exactly. There is
No.
something which might. So is it? I mean, it's not normal. No, it's not.
Yeah.
How to do that?
How do you play rook d8, but in another way?
uh, that's very good. How do I play rook d8, but just in another way? I I cannot think about it. Have
So
you
it
found it at
bothered you that
home?
rook e5 came with a check.
Yeah. So I need to move my king somewhere. No, it's not working
And play
either.
rook d8 at the same time.
Oh! Wow. That is so beautiful. Oh, it's so tricky. Think
Yeah.
around the corner, bro. Didn't. Oh, nice.
So
Castling.
Black's
You
only saving move is
nobody told
castling
me.
long. I told you it was going to be invisible moves.
That is true.
And yeah,
Very
it's
nice.
even finding bishop e4 is very nice, and it's also even better if you can find some resources for the opponent too, and not only look at your own calculations.
True.
But even though this is very nice and beautiful move, it still doesn't save Black from like a very bad position.
Okay.
Of course, we cannot take the knight because of the mate, and that's what Black's idea is all about. But we also don't want to be slow and give up, yeah, and give up this piece because the bishop is still gonna hang. So we have to give a check. And eventually what we end up doing is not winning the piece, but winning a pawn in a
I see.
favorable way. So let's say something like knight d7 to protect the knight, then rook here. And something like this, it might only look like a pawn, but it's actually completely winning.
Mhm.
It's two bishops, it's the pawn and everything else. So there's still some work to do, but it's a technically winning position. So yeah, bishop d7 I think was part of the solution. And then the fun part is that if the rook ever takes here, it can also come back to e1 sometimes.
Mhm.
It wasn't possible before, but something like this is also basically winning, still with some complications, but basically winning. And just one last thing is that this doesn't work because of bishop f5, and you cannot take the bishop back. Okay,
Check. No, nothing works here. Oh, no, you cannot.
shall we go to the next?
Yeah, I'm just no, it's just not working. Yeah, let's go for it. It's very
Okay,
nice so
you're
far.
solving them very quickly. It's nice.
Uh,
Okay, so in this game, Black decided not to recapture the bishop on g7 and gave an innocent intermediate check with queen to e6.
how
As white, how would
dare.
you react to this check?
Well, why? Why? Um,
Why, what, why are you asking this question?
why can't I just play bishop c4?
You're just
I'm just an
so good at
invisible
seeing all
move
of these
player.
invisible moves. I think it has something to do with you being a creative player.
I, I'm just looking.
People don't have time to stop the video.
I'm so sorry. So the
Although
idea is
maybe, don't worry, it's gonna get harder.
okay,
So,
okay. So
yeah,
the idea is
but
that, of course, but that's like the old pattern is which I fell for many times. If you try to give a check, like a in between check, then it can fall apart if you are being attacked. So if the queen takes back, we just push b3, and then more or less the queen is gone because we are threatening checkmate after all.
mhm,
And if the pawn takes back, well, we can still checkmate easily.
exactly. So this queen h6 actually ends up being an unexpected checkmate threat if
Very
it's not
nice.
getting taken back. But in the actual game, White just went back to b1 and just
No.
didn't even look at something like that. And then the king took on g7 and some double-edged play continued. So it's
Oh,
very easy to miss.
yes, it
Okay,
is. Okay.
this one is for black, and white just played rook f2 e1 and offered a trade of rooks. Try to think of what black should play, and this is a combination where the last one is an invisible move, more or less.
Aha. Um. So the last one isn't an invisible move. Okay.
No, it's the first move is normal, and then the second one is an
Yeah,
invisible
so
move.
I'm thinking about. So what, of course, my initial thought is like, how can I try to get a defender away? How can I deflect the defender, which would be the queen? And immediately it jumps to my head, it's d4, but the queen can go to d2, last
Yeah, or
spot
even give you a check.
available. Oh yeah, true. Okay, so I will just not play that. Instead, what could I do instead? Okay, I think here are finally my limits. There must be an interesting move. Oh, there's a cat next to me. Mm,
Well, you breezed through the first one, so I'm glad that finally one of them gave you a
I
challenge.
found my master here. Well, of course, another idea which is also not really working for me for my calculating abilities now would be rook e2,
Mm-hmm.
threatening checkmate, but rook takes back, we take back, and then I don't know, the queen goes to f3 in worst of all cases. But then actually there is an advantage to black, so maybe there must be something better. Is it just rook f1? Probably. No, it's not, because our queen is hanging the whole time. Okay,
Yeah,
never
he
mind.
can take on f6 in that case.
Yeah, that doesn't work
There might be some
either.
advantage, but it's not. I wouldn't think so.
Um,
But you're getting closer.
okay, so now I'm thinking about something very funky, but I wonder if it's working once again. But the first move is a normal one, but
Yeah.
it just doesn't look so normal to me, so I guess I'm wrong again.
What's the move you're looking at?
Rook e8.
Oh, no, that's not.
Because,
That's not the one I was thinking about, but the concept is there. So rook
yeah.
e8. Uh-huh, I see. So you want to
Well, I don't
after
think
take.
that white can take back because we would win.
Yeah,
I mean, not the
exactly.
queen,
Yeah.
but
But the queen can maybe just go back. I don't know if this is a good move, but
yeah, maybe
that's one of
that's,
the
but it's
defenses.
just working. Okay, no, I cannot find it. It's too easy. It's too normal for me.
Mm. Do you
That's
want to
the
know the first
problem.
move and
Yes,
then okay,
yes,
so the first
please.
move is just take the rook,
Okay.
and then you have to find the second move.
Uh-huh. So how about we go rook e7? No, it doesn't work. Rook
No, still
e
same thing.
rook e2 though,
Yeah,
because the
exactly
queen
what you
cannot
said.
go to d2 anymore.
Yes, exactly.
That's
And
cute.
plus with rook e2, you attack both the queen
Yes.
and the pawn on f2.
I should have
So you
stuck.
had the
I had both
idea.
ideas. Yes.
Yeah, they were all there. You had rook e2, you had attacking the queen.
Mm,
We just needed to combine them. Exactly. So
beautiful.
now, if queen to f6, we win the rook because we capture with check. And if rook takes on e2, we win the queen. So there's really nothing that white can do to protect both the f2 pawn and the rook on e1.
Very nice. Very nice.
But yeah, these things, it's like they look very logical, but I feel like they're easy to miss.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, this one is actually a bit hard, I would
Good.
say. Um, so there's an attack happening on both kings. For both white and for black, you don't even know whose attack is stronger.
Hmm.
But there's only one move for white that will win, and everything else is losing.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's an invisible move, I would say.
Ah. Ah, there's so much to calculate again, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's not working. That is not
So one
working.
important thing, I'll just say it, that black is up a piece. So if you ever get caught into some trades, like with black's threat of rook g2, let's say, if you get caught into some trades, you'll be down a piece.
We
So,
don't want that.
yeah.
Mm, Ah, and another nice threat is if I ever move the queen somewhere, there's the rook check on h3, which is really sweet.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
I love that the rook is on e1, protecting the pawn and maybe pushing it forward, or even has a chance to
Mhm.
checkmate. I just have to find out how I can get the rook away from that file. I mean, there is an interesting idea, which is, God, does it work though? No, it doesn't work. Pity. Queen h7 was an idea.
Okay, and what's your idea with queen h7?
Well, the rook cannot take the queen because we
Mhm.
will just straight win with rook check, and then we get the queen ourselves, and I think it's checkmate, or at least close to
Yes, so the
checkmate.
queen cannot be taken, but what's the main
The
problem?
problem is that black just takes on g2 with check.
Yes.
Now, when we
Yeah.
take back, the queen can even take back, and as you already said, white is a piece down, and that is enough for black to
Mhm.
win easily.
Exactly. But this concept is important to
Yes.
see to get finally to the final
Yeah.
improved version of that.
So, what happens though if we... That doesn't work either. Ooh, wow, 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 wow. Let me just calculate what happens after f5, because we want to stop the bishop's diagonal too, maybe. That's a
Oh yeah, that
check.
bishop is such a threat, such a threat to us. It's it's the same. I think rook g2 might
Doesn't
still
work.
work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It might.
Okay,
But if these pawns were a bit closer, it would actually be like if this pawn was on f6.
would have been nice.
Yeah.
But it isn't. Okay, what else could there be? Okay, wait, I have to... Oh, so, okay. What about rook g8 check?
Rook g8 is a valid move to calculate. And what did you think about afterwards?
Queen check on h5. There's really not much which can go in between. Now the question is it enough? It doesn't seem so.
Yeah, so
What a
it's good.
pity.
It's a good line to calculate, but it's not enough to actually checkmate.
Such a pity, isn't it?
Yeah. So your queen h7 idea was the closest.
Yeah.
We just need to improve on that and make rook g2 not possible.
Yes. Oh, wait. No, what am I thinking? Oh, that is a tough cookie. Nice. Now I really want to find it out. Have you at home found it out already, though? This invisible move here. Come on. Can't be that hard, can it?
What other ideas similar
Oh,
to...
yes. Okay. I found it.
Yeah,
I found it,
go
and
ahead.
I'm sad it took me so long because I had the idea also already earlier.
Yeah.
Queen h7 doesn't work because there's just no threat. But queen h5, that's a threat.
Yeah, exactly. And the main thing about it is that it makes rook g2 impossible
Exactly.
because you recapture with this really weird check,
Yeah.
but it's a check, and that's what saves us a whole rook because usually black is the one taking on g2
Hmm.
and winning that rook. Oh, Newton is here.
Yes. He wants
But
to see why I
here,
was so excited about finding the move.
yeah, but here we just get we get the rook instead, and this is of course a really good ending. And yeah, and if not that, then we go for your exact idea with just I don't know where the king is gonna go, but just promote and live a good life. So
Really nice.
that was yeah, I thought this one was not very easy to see the queen h5 one.
Apparently not. It took me a while, so very nice.
Okay. I
Yeah, I
think I
love
have
it.
just two more.
Oh, pity. Okay, good. Let's go for
Oh,
it though.
okay. But this one is a bit quicker. This one is a bit different because it comes from an interesting opening. So I will
Okay.
show it to you from the start.
Okay.
It started out with a very calm English, but soon enough, these pawns got really far. So both of them attacked each other's knights. Black took, white took,
Ooh.
and now f takes g2. And
Ooh.
I want you to consider two moves and tell me which one white should pick.
Okay.
Should white take on g2 or should white take on d7?
Hmm. The big difference is that, of course, the d7 take is with a check. So I wonder how much this plays a role.
And there's some like one invisible move hidden as a response, but
Gotcha.
maybe this one is going to be not as difficult if you just consider all possibilities.
Okay, so it's only one of those two moves, apparently, right?
Well, only one of them is okay for white, and the other one loses because of an invisible move.
Aha. Aha. Okay, okay, okay. Ah, that's funny. Well, I mean, just from a logical perspective, it has to be the check on d7 because there must be some absolutely crazy move with the g2 pawn.
So
And
you wanna choose c takes d7
yeah, I
as the
want
right
to.
one?
Yeah, and it isn't, is it? Oh, wow.
I guess from my reaction you can see.
Yes.
No, actually, bishop takes g2 is okay.
Wow.
Nothing too wrong with that. I
Why?
mean, black is
But
gonna take back or something
from
like
my
this,
logic,
and
I was completely false. I'd said like there's something weird happening with the g2 pawn,
mm,
and I didn't take it after all. But yeah,
no.
okay, never mind.
So c takes d7 is a mistake,
Yeah,
and I guess the question is just why is it a mistake?
because black can simply take with the knight.
Yeah, exactly. If you take with a normal piece,
Yes,
then it's then everything is fine. Then bishop
beautiful.
takes g2 and everything is okay for white. But this knight d7, it's not something you look at because of the pin, but it's exactly this pin that makes this winning for black.
Fantastic. That's
So
a
if bishop here,
beauty.
queen here, and if the queen gets taken, then we just say no problem and we get a new one.
That's,
So
yeah, that is cute.
okay. And last one, maybe it's not, I don't know if this one is as fun, but I wanted to finish off with an example of with a never give up theme.
Okay.
Because in this position, after queen b5, from what I can see, white actually resigned because of the mate threat on f1. But which invisible move did he
No.
miss?
Why, White, didn't you see the invisible moves? Why?
But it
Hmm.
does look really bad that there is a mate on f1 happening, and if we protect it with the queen, then we lose the bishop on d5.
Yeah, so immediately I have an idea, but I wonder why. Because I mean, I, I, what I'm thinking about is the queen to e8, but it's not working because the queen is there. But then again, it doesn't help that much
That one
because
only works if black is does not see this move and then they allow us the queen trade.
true, yeah, that would be working. Of course, bishop c4 is the idea I had in mind,
Oh,
but
okay.
it doesn't help because queen e8 check and the king goes to h7 is safe. That is the
Exactly.
major problem. But what would happen if we can... That is really interesting. Very nice example, Svitlana.
Yeah, because we had the offensive ones, but this one is a defensive one.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how this will work. There...
Maybe look at every piece and think if moving it is possible.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it is actually I'm really thinking about king h1, but I have to calculate. King h1, queen f1 check, bishop g1. Is that just it? You're smiling. Or
It
is
is.
there a super trick?
It is. You're
Yeah,
right. Yes, King H1, it's a really strange defensive
it
move
is
because we're trying to run away
super
from
awkward.
the mate. But there's nothing that black can do after bishop G1.
That is cool.
There's nothing on the G2 square. There's nothing on, yeah, there's nothing towards the king. And if ever they move somehow, we can just protect. And that's it. This
Mhm.
defends, of course, it's the king is stuck and everything, but there's no mates.
Uh-huh.
And then we have our own queen e8 threat. So position is totally fine.
Lovely. Nice
Yeah.
one.
And that's the last one, to not resign in your games too early, because
Ah,
this
nice.
this can happen to anybody.
That's
But that's
true. A lot of interesting lessons here, especially, I mean, yes, those moves are just, unfortunately, they're happening far too little. Probably a bit more often than checkmate with a bishop and a knight or something like that.
what, the invisible move?
Yes, and
But
then
maybe they're not happening
we
because we're
just
not
are
seeing
missing
them.
them all the time. There's so many
Yeah.
invisible ones. That's why they're invisible.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Svetlana. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody, for watching.